But this topic is brought to us by FanDuel. It is America's #1 sportsbook. And right now, if you join FanDuel and place your first $5 bet, you'll get $250 in bonus bets if that first $5 bet wins. Don't miss out. Head to FanDuel.com/UCSS and claim your $250 in bonus bets today. There's a couple things Denzel Ward said that we are going to touch on. The first was this, though. Denzel was asked by someone yesterday, Denzel, what do you think the Browns should do with the second overall pick? And Denzel said, quote, "See, me selfishly, I would love Abdul Carter. Him and Miles on both sides. I think that'd be pretty cool and dominating for the defense. So I would love for him to be on the team. I think he'd be a great player in the league. But yeah, whoever we get, I'm looking forward to getting those guys in and talking to those guys and getting to work." End quote. Nothing wrong with what he said, but are you surprised he actually put a name to that, Tyvis, where he actually said selfishly, I hope the pick is Abdul Carter?
No, I'm not. No, not at all. I mean, the thing is, you can be fans of people's games, even if you're in the league, and what's going to help you get to the next level and help you be a better player and help the defense, Abdul Carter. So I'm not. Yeah,
I think it's a weird thing for him to say, though.
Why?
Because the team's probably taking Travis Hunter. Why? I don't.
Denzel is very honest.
Yeah,
like you ask him a question, he's going to answer.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that about him. He's
I'm not saying it's horrible. It's just it's a little odd.
I just
not
think
odd at all.
He's very open and honest about a lot. He was one of the first to come out and say, "We need a quarterback. Like we got to get a franchise."
That's true.
So that's just his nature. And Tyvis, as a defensive back, how much does an edge rusher help you? 2 edge rushers help you.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you ain't.
So of course,
I've been saying, listen,
So
as a DB, if you can't ask a DB that question.
You're saying you wouldn't want to have a wide receiver and a corner in the same player?
But if if he says Travis Hunter, it's almost like a little bit of a slight on MJ.
That's true. That's fair.
So that's his guy.
Yeah.
Or Greg or any of them.
Yeah.
So by saying Abdul, you're helping yourself. You're helping.
Right.
Any defensive player is going to want a defensive pick, just like any offensive player is going to want. I thought it was a nothing burger.
It is a nothing burger.
It is. No. I didn't say it's a big deal. I just thought it was interesting.
But
it'll be forgotten after the draft.
I just appreciate his honesty and his openness.
That's fair.
And I totally get why he would want an edge rusher.
I do too. I looked at it and I said, yeah, of course that's what he said. I would have said the same thing.
Yeah.
All right.
The second thing, he was asked about Travis Hunter. And he said, before you take this, Steve, that Travis Hunter a while ago had reached out to him saying, let's work out together. And he said, I'm looking forward to making that happen. So I think he even knows where they're going with Travis Hunter. But he was asked about the ability of Travis Hunter to potentially play both sides of the football in the NFL. He did it in college. Can he do it in the pros? This is what Denzel Ward had to say on that. Quote, he's an exceptional player, and I think that seeing him on the field, he was able to do it in college, so I would be excited to see him do it in the NFL as well. You got to be open to seeing different things that would be different. So it just takes one person to do it at an extremely high level. He went on to say it would have to be managed reps. We work at different times, like offense is there one time, and then we go off to the side, and we're working on this side. But, I mean, I feel like they can manage the reps and go about it the right way. I'm sure they'll come up with a game plan for it, but, yeah, I think it's possible, though. Bull, you have said many, many times that the Browns draft Travis Hunter and don't utilize him on both ends of the floor, both sides of the field, not ends of the court, wrong sport. It would be a travesty.
It would be.
You like how I did that? Travis Hunter, travesty. If they didn't do it, you're welcome. Yeah. You could steal that in future. You steal all my stuff anyway. So with Denzel giving the stamp of approval in that regard to Travis, and Tyvis, I'm curious what you think on this after Bull goes.
We should ask Zach Meisel what he thinks about it, too.
No, my guy Zach Meisel.
Meisel, I'm sorry. I actually pronounced his name right. You
did. No, I'm now accepting
Zach
you and saying
Meisel yesterday.
But when it comes to managing reps, to hear a player talk about, or at least mention the difficulties just based on the reps you would need at both, how much do you think he can play on both sides of the field? And I want Tyvis to go last on this one, but how much do you, not like overall snap count, but knowing offense practices at one time, defense practices at another time, they're not different times, but different sides of the field.
Who cares about all that crap? None of that matters. It's like, is he going to be able to practice enough here or there? The guy is a freak. Okay, he's going to play 80%.
He still has to practice. He still has to know what's
going on. Of course he does. There's plenty of time to practice.
It's not nonsense.
it's nonsense that people are obsessing about, will he be able to do this? They'll figure it out, Jason. It's not that complicated.
I just think it's the
This is not science. This is football.
You have to. He has to put in the extra work.
Of course.
And I don't think you have any worry with that.
100%. This guy is
kid's
all
going
about
to work.
football.
Yes.
He's a hard worker. He wants to do this. Why would you not take advantage of this? And if it means his career's shorter, so be it. He is signed up for this.
I don't even think you're shortening his career.
I don't think so either, but if it does in the long run, like, you can't worry about that right now.
I mean, he may not be doing this at 32.
Sure, eventually he'll probably go to one side of the ball.
Yeah.
But right now, use the guy as much as you can. You figure out obviously he's going to have to practice. And again, this idea, well, if he just did one or the other, he'd make himself even better. Okay, I'd rather him be Pro Bowl at both than All Pro at one and nothing at the other.
I was thinking about this week, and I was going back to what you had said about he's got to be in the offensive meetings and defense. I got to know.
I think Denzel said that
coverage.
also.
And another thing that I was thinking that drives that home, if you just play him on third downs on defense.
Yeah. Or obvious passing situations.
What is in your
What
mouth?
do you got in your mouth?
It's a cough drop. That threw you off?
I thought you had
You're like talking with a mumble.
Yeah, you sound
Did I?
Yes.
Excuse me.
you sound like Bubba Gump right now.
Shrimp cocktail.
I really thought that. Like
Fra Diablo.
well, I had it like this.
No, you didn't fool anybody.
I had
You
it
had it
like-
like in your. It was like a big chewing tobacco thing.
He had a dip in.
Yes, like a big.
Couple zins.
Stuffed
Hey,
shrimp.
make sure you
boiled
make sure
shrimp,
you pronounce
baked
that
shrimp.
P at the end of that.
I
Go ahead.
I can't do that where they.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so disgusting.
If I was sitting here going like this, you know what it was.
I don't even know when you slid that in because that was one I'm paying attention.
Yeah,
I look over, it's
Super
like
call.
Oh, you talking about what I
You gotta mark
said?
that one, bro.
it's like you're over here having a stroke or something. I'm trying to. I totally lost train of thought.
All
Over
right.
here.
Hell of a
Yeah.
About practice reps,
third
being in
down,
meetings.
because-
Jason had an epiphany.
Because it's not epiphany. I was just thinking like, if you've got him out there on first down and second down, you're exposing him to a lot of tackling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that's a great use of his time.
It depends on where you have him at, though.
And energy.
Depends on where you have him at. Like if he's playing outside corner, I mean, if the team wants to make an outside corner tackle, they'll come out with they'll do bunch to one side. They'll have everybody blocked down and make the running back go straight to the outside and go one-on-one with the corner.
Yeah,
they want to make a corner tackle. But for the most part, corners aren't doing that much tackling. Now for him, I suggested on Tuesday when we talked about him, I said, again, he should spend a lot of time on offense because all of the terminology, all the hot checks, all the audibles, it's a lot of time that goes into that. Defense, you can literally have somebody tell you, there's only 5 things you can do. You can play man, cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, or blitz. That's it. So you have somebody tell him what he got on this play. I suggested on third downs and obvious pass situations, don't even put him in that corner. The Browns have the luxury of having Denzel, MJ Emerson. I know what people think about MJ Emerson, but it's a contract year, so he definitely has to bounce back this year. And Genu.
For now, Genu.
Yes, for now. You got those 3 guys right now. So that means you don't necessarily need him to play any corner. I would suggest making him a dime, take a linebacker out, put him in, and have him play robber because he looks at the ball really well and he plays the ball.
Explain that position.
Robber is another safety that drops down in the middle of the formation. So he'll start high. When they say go, he'll drop down by where the linebackers is. He'll read the quarterback, and as soon as the quarterback about to throw, boom, he'll take off and try to undercut things. That makes it so, 1, you don't need him. He don't need to know a lot of other things. 2, I told y'all when I watch his tape, he gambles a lot. He rolls the dice a lot. And if you play strictly man-to-man, he might still get nosy and his eyes might not be where they're supposed to be and he can get beat. But utilize his greediness, his gambling ability, because it works for him, and put him in a position that if he does gamble and he's wrong, it doesn't matter because he's just the extra piece in the defense. Right. So that's how I would utilize him, because now you're still getting a playmaker on the defensive side of the ball that has the ability to change the game that way, yet it's not taking a lot of mental strain on him. Yeah. You know what you got.
Give us an example of a player who does that, like who plays that kind
who robs?
Yeah.
Earl was a big time robber. Earl Thomas was
Yeah.
a big time robber. He did a lot of things.
So
that
what
he
is,
shouldn't have
what
did.
what is the downside of having somebody do that, play that role?
If they run the ball, he got to come in. He'll be in the
Okay.
fit.
Yeah.
And that's what I was getting at was I'm trying to keep him out of run tackle.
He'll have to be in the fit. That's why I say obvious pass.
But if he's only doing that in third down or second and long,
right.
there's
Yeah.
not going to be a lot of runs.
Would Ed Reed have been considered that?
Ed Reed was a guy who did his own thing. but
Palomalu?
Yes, he was Palomalu definitely. Although yes,
Yeah.
those guys that made them safeties, that made them type of plays, they were playing.
and those were
robbers.
special players.
But
Yes.
Palomalu is also a
You
hammer
have
of a hitter.
it's a
Yeah.
position you have to be very instinctual. You have to your instincts
Which
have
he
to
is.
tell you exactly where he's going with it. You got to know exactly what he's thinking on these down and distances, and boom, just go rob it.
Now and the top quarterbacks will try to take advantage of
They'll
that.
try to look you off.
But
At the end of the day, you just helping. It's not like
Right.
this is my dude. Like this ain't like,
Right.
oh, I got to stop this guy. It's a corner or a DB that's going to be with him. I'm just robbing it. That's
Right.
all.
it's going to be fascinating to see how they use it.
And then you're not disrupting your normal.
Yeah, everybody else
Right.
is still doing their
Rotation.
same thing. He's just the extra piece. He's there. You can't, if you're playing corner, it's not like I'm going to say to myself, oh, yeah, I got Travis on the inside. That's not what I'm thinking as a corner. As a
Right.
corner, I'm thinking, I got this dude right here, and if Travis comes out of nowhere and robs the play, great.
So now you got one linebacker on the field.
But you only got one linebacker on
Yeah.
the field, which your best linebacker is JOK. We don't know how he's going to play anyways this year. So, yeah.
What'd you guys think? Neither of you guys weren't here yesterday. JOK on Tuesday made
Was
an
in the
appearance.
build.
a good sign.
I'll
Yeah.
believe he'll play this season if he's lined up
Yeah.
at OTAs.
yeah, it's a good sign.
Yeah,
to
but it was
see
promising that he was there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who knows?
Till I see
Now
him
we
on the
don't know.
field, I
Like
don't believe.
we've all been talking about him as if he may have to retire or whatever. We don't know. The Browns have never really said anything like that. They've been cagey about what's really going on with him, but we don't know. I think we've all speculated that this could be career ending and he might not play this year.
I
but they
hope
haven't
it's
really
not
said.
because
Yeah.
if you have a JOK, like if they go dime and JOK is your linebacker, and you
Yeah.
got Travis Hunter, like that's two unbelievably
Yes.
good playmakers on
Yeah,
defense.
no
Like,
doubt. All right,
so-
Mike, what do you got? One more quote from
Yeah,
me?
one more quick quote from from Kevin
Denzel.
Stefanski on Denzel Ward, but it was during the same preseason or off-season program interview session.
On
after-
Denzel Ward or on Hunter?
Well, Kevin Stefanski was asked about Travis Hunter playing both ways,
Yeah.
and then the follow-up was, we asked Denzel the same question, and this is what Kevin Stefanski had to say back to that. Denzel's been pining to play offense for a long time.
Oh.
If the Browns are going to let Travis Hunter play both ways,
Absolutely not.
Jason, would you let Denzel Ward give it a shot?
No
A few
chance.
snaps on
Crazy.
offense.
No chance. How many concussions are we up to? Man's
6.
lucky to be on the field at all.
Not to mention, when's the last time he played offense? High school?
I just thought this was fun. Obviously,
I don't even
it's
think he ever played
ridiculous.
offense at Ohio State, did he?
No.
I mean, that's
No.
cool that he would like to.
I'm
Just
sure a lot of
sweeps.
guys would like to.
Of course.
I would have loved. I always
Myles
had
Garrett
a
in the red
dream
zone?
was just playing
Lob
quarterback for
threat?
one play. I'd have handed it off.
I mean, the Browns should use Myles Garrett.
Miles
like,
in the red zone would be fun.
They should use him like the Bears used to use the fridge.
Vrabel on the Patriots.
Right.
Y'all getting ahead of yourselves.
Oh, he's a freak athlete, man.
Who? Miles? Oh yeah, but like, come on.
He grabs
now.
boards in basketball. He could absolutely
Yes.
box some guys out
If
and
these-
put up some big numbers.
I watched him in the Celebrity All-Star Game. The
Yeah.
year NBA All-Star Game was here a few
Yeah.
years back. It's incredible the way he can move. It's like to actually, I mean, yes, you see it on the football field, but
Right.
then to see it on and he was really amped up. Like you
Yeah.
could tell, like this is my time to shine.
Right.
So he needed to settle his nerves down a little bit early on in the game, but dude can hoop, man.
Tyvis, if these offensive linemen can catch passes, you telling me Myles Garrett can't catch passes?
I didn't say that. When did I say that?
You just said, I believe the exact words were, Miles not a great athlete. He's a little overrated. Those
Yeah,
were the words that came out of your.
I
I
never
couldn't tell with
like-
the cough drop. It kind of mumbled what you,
You don't
said.
think they
I was
should
trying
use
to
him?
interpret.
You don't think they should use Myles on offense at all?
Sure. Go ahead.
You're entitled to think
Go
they
ahead.
shouldn't. I
JJ
understand.
Watt did it. Go ahead.
Yeah, right. Let's go.
Why not?
I'm surprised that hasn't happened.
It's sad that that's where we are with the Cleveland Browns offense. But yes, go ahead.
That's why they drafted Travis Hunter.